Ever wondered how the richest person in the world lives? Well, we're about to take you on a journey into the extraordinary lifestyle and mind-boggling net worth of Jeff Bezos in 2023. In this video, we'll uncover the fascinating details of Jeff Bezos' life, from his humble beginnings to his jaw-dropping investments. We'll also delve into his personal preferences, philanthropic endeavors, and even some controversies you might not know about. Stay tuned until the end to get a glimpse into the life of a billionaire and discover how Jeff Bezos plans to change the world in the next decade. However, before we begin our video, we would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel and also press the bell icon. Let's get started. Now let's talk about Jeffrey Preston Jorgensen, also known as Jeff Bezos. He was born on January 12, 1964, in Albuquerque, New Mexico, which makes him 58 years old at the time of this video. He's about 5 feet 8 inches tall, which is roughly 1.71 meters. Jeff Bezos has mentioned that he looks up to some people as role models for his leadership style. His favorite color is red, he loves Thai food, and he's a big fan of Star Trek, the original series. However, it's worth noting that there have been reports of Bezos creating a challenging work environment at Amazon and using harsh language towards his employees. On November 22, 2021, Jeff Bezos gave $100 million to the Obama Foundation. This money is meant to help more young leaders get support and make the Obama Presidential Center's plaza be named after John Lewis. Jeff Bezos also started Bezos Academy. It's a group of schools where kids from poor families can go for free. They use a teaching method similar to Montessori. In February 2020, Bezos promised to give $10 billion to fight climate change. He did this through the Bezos Earth Fund. On July 20, 2021, Jeff Bezos went to space with his brother Mark Bezos. They went on the Blue Origin and an S-16 spaceship. They were up in space for more than 10 minutes and went 6.65 miles high. In 1992, Jeff Bezos was working in Manhattan for a company called D. Shaw. That's where he met a writer named Mackenzie Tuttle, who was doing research at the same company. They got married 1 year later. Jeff and his ex-wife Mackenzie have 4 children together. They adopted 3 boys and 1 girl from China. But on January 9, 2019, they announced on Twitter that they were going to get a divorce after being separated for a long time. They finalized their divorce on April 4, 2019. Now, Jeff Bezos is in a relationship with a person named Lauren Sanchez. Building Amazon, the big company he created, wasn't easy at all. It took a lot of hard work and the help of many smart people. When Jeff was born, his mom was just 17 years old and still in high school. His dad ran a bike shop, but when Jeff was 4, his mom divorced his birth father and married a man from Cuba named Miguel Bezos. They all moved to Houston, and Jeff's stepdad Miguel got a job as an engineer at Exxon. When Jeff Bezos was growing up in Texas, he turned his parents' garage into a place where he did science experiments. But the family moved to Miami when Jeff was about to start high school. During high school, Jeff worked at McDonald's as a short-order cook. He was a really good student and even became the valedictorian, which means he had the highest grades in his class. He also got a National Merit Scholarship. In his valedictorian speech, he talked about a big dream he had. He wanted people from Earth to one day live in space. After high school, Jeff went to Princeton University. At first, he planned to study physics, but he really liked computers, so he changed his focus. He did really well in college and graduated with top honors summa cum laude, with a high GPA of 4.2. He also became a member of a prestigious group called Phi Beta Kappa. He got a Bachelor of Science degree in computer science and electrical engineering. Finishing college, Jeff started working at a financial technology company called Fattel. Then he switched to the banking field and got a job managing products at Bankers Trust. In 1990, Jeff became a financial analyst at D.E. Shaw & Company. He worked there until 1994 and had moved up the ranks to become the company's 4th senior vice president. At that time, he was 30 years old. A year before leaving D.E. Shaw, Jeff got really interested in the early World Wide Web. He wanted to sell things online and decided to start with selling books. He came up with a plan for Amazon while driving from New York to Seattle. In 1994, he officially started the company, and he began it in his garage. In the year 2000, Jeff Bezos started a new company called Blue Origin. He was really into space travel, and that's why he did it. Blue Origin had some interesting ideas from the very beginning. They wanted to make space hotels, fun parks in space, and even places where people could live, like small cities for 2 or 3 million folks who would orbit around Earth. Then, on August 5, 2013, Jeff Bezos made an announcement. He said he was buying the Washington Post newspaper, and he paid $250 million in cash to do it. In September 2021, Jeff Bezos and Yuri Miller, the person who started Mail.ru, started a new company together. It's called Bezos Labs. They didn't keep it a secret for long, and on January 19, 2022, they officially started with a lot of money, $3 billion. Hal Barron is leading the team that runs the company. Jeff Bezos said, "We're making a commitment for the next 10 years to work on really big problems, like taking care of the Earth and making sure it's a good place for us to live." Jeff Bezos became the richest person in the world in July 2017, surpassing Bill Gates in terms of wealth. He held this title without a break from October 2017 to January 2021. According to the latest official documents from his company, Jeff owns 55 million shares of Amazon, which is about 12% of all Amazon shares available. At one point, he owned 80 million shares. Jeff Bezos was also an early investor in Google.com before it became a publicly traded company. He owns at least $1 billion worth of shares in a company called Alphabet, Incorporated. Besides his big investments, Jeff Bezos also puts his money into other businesses through a thing called Bezos Expeditions. He's even invested in a company called Unity Biotechnology that's working on finding ways to slow down or stop aging. Jeff Bezos is also interested in the healthcare field. He's invested in companies like Unity Biotechnology, Grail, Juno Therapeutics, and ZocDoc. Over the past 20 years since Amazon became a publicly traded company, Jeff Bezos has sold shares worth at least $70 billion. He follows a plan where he sells about $1 billion worth of shares every year. Back in 2007, Jeff Bezos and Mackenzie bought a big house in Beverly Hills, California for $24.5 million. Later, in 2018, they bought the house next door for $12.9 million. After their divorce in 2019, Mackenzie got both of these houses. In June 2019, Jeff bought 3 apartments next to Madison Square Park in Manhattan. One of them was a penthouse. He paid a total of $80 million for all 3. Then, on February 12, 2020, it was in the news that Jeff spent $255 million on 2 properties in Beverly Hills. The first one, called the Jack L. Warner Estate, cost $165 million. It's a big estate with a 13,600 square foot main house and covers 10 acres in Beverly Hills. The second property he bought in February 2020 was a 120-acre empty hilltop known as Enchanted Hill. Jeff Bezos owns several different cars, including a 1997 Honda Accord, a Koenigsegg CCXR Trevita, a Bugatti Veyron Mansouri, a Ferrari Pininfarina Sergio, a Lykan Hypersport, a Cadillac Escalade, a Lincoln Stretch Limousine, a Land Rover Range Rover, and a Mercedes-Benz S450. He also has a super expensive yacht called the Y721, which is said to be worth more than $500 million. This yacht is the biggest one in the whole world. As of 2023, Jeff Bezos has a lot of money, around $160 billion. He's the 3rd richest person in the world right now, but there was a time from 2017 to 2021 when he was the richest person in the world, according to both the Bloomberg Billionaires Index and Forbes. If you found this video intriguing, don't forget to comment below with your thoughts and subscribe for more captivating insights into the lives of the world's most influential individuals.